I'm looking good, don't I look? I just look so good. Give my little hair a comb. And, well, that's how it is. So, what can I say for today? Death is certain. It's not the best thing I'm going to talk about, but it is definitely not the worst thing either. Death is certain. And I'm going to say this. Death is certain, so live your life. Live your life to the fullest. Not just survive, not just thrive. Live your life. Life is short, man. Life is short. 1 minute you can be here, and the next minute you can be gone. And it's coming from every single way. I mean, you could get hit by a bus. You can live healthiest. You can live your healthiest of healthiest lives. I'm in a car that's so quiet. You can't hear air. But I'm in a car that will make a point. I'm doing this to make a point. Live your life. Because you don't know when you're going to die. I mean, you can live the healthiest life of all. You can live the healthiest life if you go to cardio, you can gym, you can eat the healthiest foods. I mean, yes, taking care of your body is important. But you think, yeah, taking care of your body is not going to stop you from dying. You can do all of that, yet when you are walking down the street, somehow some drunk guy on a bus hits you. You can suddenly grow sick and die. You can suddenly get shot by somebody who has got no intention of shooting but has shot you by mistake. Or you can be the target of a hitman. Life is short, man. Live your life. Live your life. Chase that dream of yours. You want to go out and buy some cool cars? Like me? Go out and buy some cool cars. I know I'm going to go out and buy some cool cars. I took this from Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. I remember when they said on their podcast that they had 200,000 pounds. And they were sort of asking, like, guys, we have 200,000 pounds. You can either buy a house or just save and buy it, or save and do this. What do we do? And like, the new Aston Martin is out. That time it was a Vanquish S Ultimate. It cost 200,000 pounds. You know what they did? They went and bought the Vanquish S Ultimate. That cost 200,000 pounds. One of 175, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. One of 175. And they bought that. And their motto is, they wanted it. So they just went ahead and bought it. If you want something, go ahead and buy it. If you want it, go buy it. Right? I mean, you can't just be, oh no, I'm saving it for a rainy day, I'm saving it for this, I'm saving it for that. Yeah, you can be. It's cool. If you want to do that, live your life. But they had a message that said, even if it went wrong, at least I'm driving an Aston Martin. If it could all go wrong, at least you've had that experience. At least you wouldn't have said, I regret it. Buy that house. Rent that house. Make some money. Do stuff that'll make you happy in life. Chase your dreams, but just know that even if it doesn't make you happy, it's taking you to a goal that will make you happy. And on that note, let's do today's thing. I've been sitting here holding this phone with the record button the entire time, and I did not realize I could just slide it through the other way, and I can just hold the phone like this. Matter of fact, I can even just put it like this. There you go. I'm more comfy. I'm just praying that whatever you go through, if you're going through something, you'll get it. If you want something, you'll get it. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but if you want something, you'll get it. I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking for cars. And I can get them. I've seen them. But then, specific cars that I like, they've been hard to find. But I know one thing. Even if I don't get it today, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. And if I don't get it tomorrow, I'll get it the next day. But I know that before I die, I'm gonna get it. Like, for example, one of my life goals. I would like to get a Koenigsegg Agera R. And I would like to customize it with the 1-to-1 body kit. And I would also like to give it the 1 package, meaning 1360 horsepower, 1450 newton meters of torque from a 5-liter twin turbo 32 valve V8 petrol engine. Of course, it's gonna be mated to the same 7-speed double clutch gearbox. Of course, everything is gonna be the same. The only difference is gonna be the 1 package as opposed to the original's 1140 horsepower. I had to think a little bit because I had to remember whether it's 1140 or 1160, which is on the Gara RS as it turns out. But still, I would customize it like that, put the 1-to-1 spoiler, put the Gara RS front end, and then put the Gara RS mirrors. And that thing will look cool, but it will still be in a Gara R. Right? And I know that even if I don't get it now, which I'm not going to wake up, like, unless I hit the lotto, and even if I do, I'm not going to wake up in the morning and just get it. Because then it'll be a whole process sourcing the car and stuff like that. But even if I do not get it today or tomorrow or the next day, I will get it before I die. You know what I've always seen in a lot of these obituaries? They're like, my family doesn't like him. He's lived this life. He did not. He was going to be the brilliant man that he was. And I'm like, exactly. He was going to be the brilliant man that he was because he was working hard to become that. It's not he died broke. It's not he died broke. I mean, technically he did if he was a student, because there are guys who are actually 14, 15, 16, around that age. 9, 10, 11, around that age. 2, 3, 4, around that age. Both being murdered, being killed, and dying. I'm going to say dying of natural causes. But at that age, I don't think there is natural causes to die from. Hey! I've been talking. I'm sorry, I just like the view outside. It's just so, like, that's what I live for. I live for looking at the sunset while just talking to the camera. I'm sitting in a Porsche Cayenne S. It's got a sunroof. It's got black leather, black Alcantara. It's got everything in here. And I'm in the garage talking on an iPhone 13 mini, looking outside the window at a beautiful sunset. The mirror is reflecting some trees, but beneath those trees there's a sun that is setting. And it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Because I've decided now to stop and look outside at life. What you gotta do? And those people are like, no, I don't want. You remind me of the woman who are like, no, I don't want kids. Then what you gonna do without kids? I've got an auntie of mine who doesn't have kids. I'm scared for when she dies. Because if she dies, unless her family's around, there's no one else. Like one day, I want kids. I want kids. I always say, there's gonna be the day where I go to England, drive a Sprinter, and then come back. Not only because of the generation I'm raising, but because I just want to impact some kids. I just want, even if I don't have kids, I want kids. You see what I mean? Can adopt kids. Bring them into a family, create them, and especially for boys, that's one of the many important things to do when you have kids, is to raise them right, which I would want to do one day when I have kids, so that they can sustain the family. They can keep the family name going and going and going. See? And trust me, I'm with my mama now. She got me. I'm going to get some other guys. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. I'm going to have kids on kids. Even if it's a daughter. Even if it's a son. They don't even need to take my name, but they can take my blood. Get married, have more kids. Get married, have more kids. Have more grandkids. And then I'll end up making such a big impact, because every single one of them, they have this ability to turn out the way, not that you want, but the way that you want them to want to turn out. Man, life is beautiful, man. Tell what you must, but sometimes just stop and look. Even if you don't stop, just look. I'm not saying get distracted, but you want the goal of looking outside, sitting in a car, a fancy, fancy car, looking outside the sunset. And it's just so beautiful. And so I've got one preferred car. This links me to one of my favorite cars that I'd ever get. It's a BMW M140i. Essentially what it is, it's a hatchback made by BMW. So it's a rear-wheel drive hatchback. An old school rear-wheel drive hatchback, but it's a 2019 model. With the B58 famous 3-liter inline-6 turbo petrol engine. And it's the range-topping version of the 1 Series. Now what that comes with is 340 horsepower, 500 Newton meters of torque. Put it up on a screen like that. 0 to 100 is 4.7 seconds, right? Unbelievable. And it introduces one of my favorite colors, sunset orange. And every time I look at it, I'm like, yo, this is a beautiful color, because it got that rich red with that rich orange. It's like, it's not red, but it's not orange. If you have it with the Shadow Edition trim, the Shadow Edition package, it's got the black accents, the tinted lights, the black wheels, and it just looks mooi. And I saw that and I'm like, yeah. Well, especially one of the best features of it has to be the black grille with the shadow pack. Yo! And I look at that car, I'm like, that car's not boring. That car's not boring whatsoever. It's a straight 6 BMW hatchback that can essentially take the kids to school. And then when you're done, you just go... And it has the same setup sunroof like this. Now, I want to get that car and I want to sit inside it, look outside at the sunset. Just saying, I've enjoyed life. Even if I haven't gotten all I wanted, I've enjoyed life. I'm still enjoying life, and whatever I'm going to do, I must still enjoy life. And that's what I want for everybody. Simple as that. Before you die, have that moment where you in a car, you've driven as many cars, you probably got a drink. Like, I'd say my ultimate moment of such thing like that is when you are driving around. I say when you are driving around with your boys or your people that you love. And I'm telling you, it's a vibe. You got the sunroof open. You listening to the jam song. You driving on a nice open road around you. It's open scenery like it is out of this world. You are probably doing between 80 and 120. The wind is flowing. The sun is out. And guess what the sun is doing? Setting. Y'all drinking your favorite drinks. Probably not alcohol. Maybe for the passengers alcohol. But for the driver, I don't know. Maybe. For me, I've always imagined myself doing that. Driving, but drinking appetizer. And I'm going to say this. You look behind you. You just see your boys. Cars. What y'all doing? Y'all just driving, making some noise, having some fun. And guess what you're doing? Having fun in the sunset. Enjoying life. If that ain't your ultimate goal, I don't know what is. Maybe taking out one of your cars, cool. But before you die, you've got to have that goal that says, I want to do this before I die. Now, I'm going to tell you 5 ways to do it. Number 1, you got to work hard. Number 2, you got to work smart. Because, of course, you can't drive an M140i. You don't have money. You can't drive 160 kilometers an hour if you don't have petrol. You can't even do it if you don't have the car. For example, I'm giving that as an example. And you have to have that moment where you travel. But even if you don't, you have to have that moment. You have to have that drive. That's the drive that you want to succeed. That's the drive that you want to strive for. That one drive. And the sun is setting nicely. It's getting so dark in here. Hey. Luckily this car doesn't have any tints at the back. But still, you gotta have that drive. Number 3, you gotta be at peace with yourself. You gotta be content with yourself. At 4, you gotta have a developed relationship with the people that you love. I'm saying take care of the people that you love. As long as, even if it's not at the cost, or as long as it's not at the cost of you, especially as not at the cost of you. But like, if you don't have it, okay, at least try to make them happy while making yourself happy. See what I mean? Don't give them more than you give yourself. Sometimes you can help many people, but hurt yourself. So you gotta be at peace with yourself, as at peace with yourself as possible. And 5, the most important rule: develop healthy relationships. First step, with God. Second step, with your family, especially those that support you, but still with your family nevertheless. Because apart from God, your family's there with you. Your brothers are there with you. Your siblings, your sisters. Girls, your sisters. Boys, your brothers. Girls, your mamas. Boys, your daddies. Girls, your daddies. Boys, your mamas. Girls, your brothers. Boys, your sisters. You have to have that relationship with them, like that close bond. You're gonna fight. You're going to fight. I'm not saying you're not gonna have that relationship. No, you're going to fight. You'll even turn bloody sometimes. But don't turn it deadly. Don't penalize it. Don't demise it. You got your people right, you got yourself right, you got your God right, you got your money right, and you got your priorities right. Simple as that, you'll enjoy life. And all of those have to happen. All of those have to happen. I'm telling you, all of them have to happen. Because there's no point you just there. You there in your M140i driving to your favorite song, and yet you're reminiscing about the times that you and your boys used to go out, and yet you're not in communication with your boys. You can't even call your parents because y'all ain't speaking. They dead. Or something like that. You can't even call your sisters, your family, because y'all are fighting. Y'all are beefing over some Tupperware. Hey, right? You can't even, like, there's no one with you? Really? You sacrificed all the people that you love, everybody, just for you to say, I can do this. You can do it alone. Yes, the support. Yes, sometimes not a lot of people are going to be with you. Yes, sometimes there's only one person with you. Have that person. But you're going to say, I'm going to drive this car alone? You not at peace? You still sad, bro? You driving around in an M140i? You sad? It's raining where you going? It's raining. It's a sunset. You open the sunroof. You feel like speeding and crashing because then you know at least you'll be in a bed with people who at least will take care of you. Really? Is that what you want? Really? You beef with your mama. Your mama's still working. Time she a waiter. You've got your millions. Your mama is still hustling. You ain't even fighting, bruh. You ain't even with your brothers. You ain't even with your brothers. Chance. That can never be me. I won't lie. I have one brother, one sister, and one cousin I consider a brother. Brother and sister from a family side, from my dad's side. Cousin I consider my brother from my mom's side. And I'm in such good relations with them. I can just talk, you can have a laugh. I take them anywhere. I have that love for them. I love them. I love them. They love me. I love them. Even if we don't say it a lot, I love them. They love me. I love them. They love me. You gotta be a family man. And you have to take that into consideration. You can't be there living a millionaire's life and you're sad. Money can make you happy, but money can't cure pain of... Money can buy you things that can make you happy. Let me rather say, money can buy things that can make you happy. But money can't only make you happy. Like, for me, an example, if I win the lotto, I'm going to buy my mama a car, I'm going to buy my family a car, I'm going to have Sunday drivers, I'm going to have some nice food with the fams, a braai. Hell, get my mama a car fixed, get my mama a new car, get my daddy his dream car, take my cousins, nieces, nephews, uncles, everybody out for this one lunch, and we just take it up the whole thing. Say, guys, order what you want. Ma, you quitting? Here's your salary, $1 million. Bucks. It is what it is, bro. But here's 100,000. Make your people happy as long as it's not at your expense. But of course, the one thing, give praise to God, man. He put you in this world. He put you in your mama's stuff. He put you in your mama's stomach. He put you in your daddy's dick. He birthed your parents, your grandparents that birthed your parents. Alright? You got to have a relationship with God. Without God, askis, you are dust. I mean, you are probably dust, but still, you're golden dust with God. Amen.